Okay, as Mother's Day is approaching, let's take a look at animals and their mother-child relationships. As you can see, some of their behaviors are similar to ours. They give their children baths, they give their children hugs, they even kiss their children. Of course, they look for food and feed their children. They teach them how to walk. Well, there are some differences. We generally don't carry our children around by the back of their necks, but we do carry our children, and we love them. We will, when it snows, teach them how to slide down a hill. Kangaroos are a little bit out there. They carry their children around in a pouch. That's above and beyond, but instead of teaching them to walk, they're going to teach their children how to hop. Elephants love to give hugs. They hug their children. They're very maternal. And even parrots like to be together, and they lean into each other to show their affection. So let's look at drawn birds today. We're going to take a look and see if we can draw our family as a bird family. All right, so let's get some pens and papers and some color markers or crayons and get ready to draw. Okay, so here is my drawing of my family. There's myself, my husband, and my 3 children. So you can draw yourself, you can draw your whole family, you can draw just you and your mom. I'm not particular on what you decide. But how we're going to start is about the same. Now I've sped up this and I'm going to draw 5 birds. So the way I started is I get the body of the bird and I draw them at different angles because not every bird's standing straight up. So I want to have them slanted and maybe one a little bit rounder, and then I draw their heads on top. There we go. Got all heads, and I'm going to decide which direction everybody's facing by which side I decide to put the beak on. Okay, and as I put the beak on, what you're going to notice is that I make a little arch to try to connect the head to the body. And then I'm going to end up erasing the top of the circle where the 2 circles meet. So, and then I put a little back on there, so I'm trying to make it smooth. See how I do that? It's just a little curve there, and then an arch back. A little curve there, and then an arch back. Then I'm going to come off the bottom of it, and I'm going to go right over my stick. Even though I'm using a light pencil, the tail is going to be behind the branch. But right now, just so I get it accurate and going in the right direction, I'll just draw it right on top. Because sometimes if you try to draw through the stick, you get the tail at a funny angle. Okay, now I'm going to erase on the stick all the tails. So then now the tail is just right behind. See, it just immediately went right behind. Then I'm going to draw feet. Every bird got a couple feet they're hanging on. You can draw different types of feet. They could just be 3 little sticks, like that, like a branch, or you can make them, a little thicker, like claws. It doesn't matter, just as long as they're hanging on. Okay, so now I'm going to erase the part in between the circle for the head and the circle for the body. Okay, and now I'm going to add a wing. Every bird's got a wing. Some of the wings are just right on the side. Some of the wings are, you see it, the bird is turning sideways, so you see more of the wing. These are colorful birds, so you can do little shapes and, different things. Okay, so I'm just going to, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your birds look like. Give them a couple wings. Okay, and now we're going to start by coloring them in with a black marker. Now I'm going to do this at a super fast speed because you don't have to sit here and watch me draw, but basically that'll help you when you're doing your coloring in. Okay, so feel free to pause this if I'm going too fast. I know I'm drawing very fast. You can stop it at any time, rewind it. You have all the time in the world. Okay, so now I'm taking my picture off of another picture, and I really like the colors that they used. It's an Australian artist, and she uses very vibrant colors. She even uses highlighters and then colors them over with colored pencil. It's kind of fun because she has like this highlighted undertone, and then she softens it up with colored pencil. I'm just going to use Sharpies for today. So I'm looking at each bird and I'm finding groups of Sharpies that I can use to blend to get those same kind of colors. Now I'm going to take another piece of paper and draw like little stomach shapes, and play with the markers and see by blending them what kind of roundness can I get to make it look three-dimensional. If I overlap blues and greens together, how does that look? So it's kind of fun to practice for a little bit. It doesn't take long. You can just use any old scrap piece of paper and then, mix different colors. Greens, look at this, greens with pinks and oranges and, colors you don't normally use. Put yellows underneath colors and see what it kind of brings out. It's really fun to just try different ways of mixing it. Okay, so now I've got my birds, and I'm going to quickly just color them in. Have fun, just shading. This should be relaxing, not like a major assignment. You're not even going to have to turn this in. But if you do finish it and you do a nice job, I would like to get it and I will hang it in the window at St. Mary's, because I decided that I'm going to try to collect some art and decorate my window at school because I can't stand that it's so bare. So let me know. I can even swing by your house and pick up your art. You can leave it in the mailbox or whatever. But I think it'd be really fun to show off some of the art. I've gotten several emails from students of chinchillas and dogs and bunnies that you've drawn, and I'm saving all those, and I'd like to hang them all up in my window. Okay, so go ahead and finish up coloring. Use your imagination, try to put different colors, maybe use complementary colors together. So purples and yellows, and greens and reds, and blues and oranges. Those really look nice next to each other. See what you can come up with. I hope you're having a great day, and I really appreciate you taking time to draw with me. And hopefully you'll finish this up and give it to your mom or your grandma or some woman you like for Mother's Day, because I think it would make a really great gift. I know I'd like to get it. Thanks again for taking the time to draw with me.